Brain of Britain, the nationwide general knowledge contest, chaired by Russell Davis.
Hello, thank you, and welcome to another heat of Brain of Britain at the BBC studios in Salford. 4 eager contenders are here, hoping their general knowledge will see them through to a semi-final place in one of the most venerable quiz tournaments of them all. Let's meet our 4 brains today.
Hello, my name's Julian Aldridge. I'm a geologist from Westhoughton in Lancashire.
Hi, I'm KATHRYN FORRESTER, a teacher and part-time ceremonies officer from Wrexham.
Hello, I'm ISABELLE HEWARD. I'm a volunteer librarian from Goxhill in Lincolnshire.
Hello, I'm Thomas LEEMING. I'm retired and I'm from Adlington in Lancashire.
A warm welcome to all 4 of you. The rules of Brain of Britain won't detain us for long. There's a point for each question you get right, and a bonus mark for getting 5 right in a row, which doesn't happen all that often. You have 10 seconds to think about your answer, but when the time is up, you'll hear a bell, and I can't accept an answer given after the bell, I'm afraid. Remember, it may not just be the heat winner who goes through today, as there are places in the semi-finals for the top-scoring runners-up too, so it really is worth trying for every point you can. Good luck, everyone. Alphabetical order declares that the first round starts with you, Julian Aldridge. Which is the brightest star in the constellation Ursa Minor?
The Pole Star.
Yes, Polaris, also known as the Pole Star or North Star. A liver bird and the Latin motto Ecce cor meum, or Behold my heart, are among the features of a coat of arms granted in the year 2001 to which well-known British individual?
The Queen.
No. Isabelle Heward.
Paul McCartney.
Sir Paul McCartney is the right answer, who celebrated his 80th birthday this year. Ecce cor meum is also the title of one of McCartney's classical compositions. Here is KATHRYN Forrester's question. What's the name of the protagonist in the Janet Ivanovich novels 1 for the Money, 2 for the Dough, and 3 to Get Deadly?
Stephanie Plum.
Right. Which Irish writer created the TV series Derry Girls, the teen sitcom set in Northern Ireland in the 1990s?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Julian Aldridge?
Arthur Matthews.
Nope. Nobody else knows. It was Lisa McGee. And we go on to Isabelle Heward. Which empire did the Romans fight in the Punic Wars?
The Carthaginians.
Yes, exactly. 3 Punic Wars between Rome and Carthage spanned almost a century. Although it is disputed that he invented sparkling wine, Dom Pérignon is credited with inventing champagne. He was a member of what order of monks?
Benedictines.
Correct answer. Yes, you didn't seem sure, but you were right. In classical architecture, what name is given to a sculpted upright female figure used in place of a column as a building support?
Caryatid.
Yes, correct. What did the African country of Swaziland change its name to in 2018 to mark 50 years of independence?
Eswatini.
Yes, King Mswati, who has been referring to Swaziland for years by the more African name Eswatini, said, "Whenever we go abroad, people refer to us as Switzerland." Now, between 1977 and 2011, the flag of the Libyan state, chosen by Muammar Gaddafi, was unique among national flags. Why?
It was just plain and green, without any adornments.
At the time, the only one-colour flag in the world is the right answer. And that's 5 in a row and a bonus mark for you. 5 extremely varied questions, too. Thomas LEEMING, your question. What time period is made up of 604,800 seconds?
A week.
Yes, 1 week. Well worked out. The largest moon of the planet Neptune has a retrograde orbit. In other words, it moves in the opposite direction to the planet's own rotation. What is this moon's name?
Triton.
Yes. Assuming you believe the 21st century began on the 1st of January 2000, rather than a year later, the first #1 pop single of the new millennium was a double-sided revival of 2 hit songs from the 1970s. Can you name either of them?
I Have a Dream.
I Have a Dream and Seasons in the Sun was the other one, but that will do indeed, as recorded by Westlife. In December 2001, why did the birth of a pet called CC make headline news?
It was the first cloned animal.
You're so much on the right track, I'll have to get... I don't think it was the first cloned animal, but it was certainly the first cloned cat. CC. CC stands for copycat, or according to some sources, carbon copy. She went on to have 3 kittens and died at the age of 18. The Qing dynasty, Qing, which ruled China from the 17th to the early 20th century, is also known by what name, referring to the conquerors from North East China who established it?
Mongol.
No. Isabelle Heward?
Manchu.
Manchu, short for Manchurian, yes. Right answer, and the end of a round. The scores are as follows. Julian Aldridge and KATHRYN Forrester 1 each, Thomas Leeming 4, Isabelle Heward 8. A very fine start. Julian Aldridge, it's time for a question with music attached here, and you're about to hear a part of a Kate Bush song, which was originally a hit in 1985, with a question to follow.
It's you and me. It's you and me. You won't be unhappy. And if I could, I'd make a deal with God, and I'd get him to swap out places. Be running up that road, be running up that hill, be running up that building. If only could.
Running Up That Hill ascended towards the peak of the pop charts again in June 2022, after it was used in which science fiction drama TV series created by the Duffer Brothers?
Stranger Things.
Yes, Series 4. The Tribunal of the Holy Office of the Inquisition, usually called the Spanish Inquisition, was founded in the 15th century. In which century was it ultimately abolished?
Or the 18th.
No. Isabelle Heward?
20th.
No. KATHRYN Forrester?
21st.
No. One more guess. Thomas Leeming?
19th.
Yes, the 19th. Well done. It lasted an astonishing 356 years in total, from 1478 to 1834. KATHRYN Forrester, which city is recognised as the fashion capital of Italy?
Milan.
Yes. Peterbold, Minskin and Serengeti are all rare breeds of what creature?
Wildebeest.
No. Isabelle Heward?
Camel.
No. Thomas Leeming?
Giraffe.
No. Julian Aldridge?
Lion.
No. It's those cats again. Cats is the answer. Isabelle Heward, which writer and media personality was the subject of a 2015 BBC television documentary subtitled Wigton to Westminster?
Geoffrey Archer.
No. Thomas Leeming?
Melvyn Bragg.
It is Melvyn Bragg, because he is Baron Bragg of Wigton in the county of Cumbria. Thomas Leeming's question: what island group that gave their name to what was probably the most decisive Pacific naval battle in the Second World War got their name from being roughly equidistant between Asia and North America?
Midway Islands.
Yes, the Battle of Midway was a carrier battle fought between the USA and Japan in 1942. The BBC may be 100 years old this year, but its famous Wreath Lectures weren't inaugurated till 1948. The man who gave the first ever lecture on authority and the individual received the Nobel Prize for Literature 2 years later. Who was he?
Churchill?
No. Isabel Heward?
Bertrand Russell.
It was 3rd Earl Russell of Kingston. End of round 2. Julian Aldridge and KATHRYN FORRESTER 2 apiece now. Thomas Leeming 7. Isabelle Heward 9. Now, Julian Aldridge, what was the name of the man who, in 2021, became the first Japanese man to win a golf major?
Hideki Matsuyama.
Precisely right. He won the Masters by 1 stroke at Augusta. Which mobile operating system has used the name KitKat for its 4.4 version and Oreo for its 8.0 and 8.1 versions?
Is it Python?
It isn't, I'm afraid, no. KATHRYN FORRESTER?
Android.
Android is right, yes. And KATHRYN FORRESTER, there's music for your next question. And here's a British singer who's made cameo appearances in Game of Thrones as a Lannister soldier, and twice in Star Wars, once as a stormtrooper, and then again as an alien in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Can you name him?
Should this be the last thing I see, I want you to know it's enough for me. 'Cause all that you are is all that I'll ever need. So in love, so in love, so in love, so in love.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran is right. Offa of Offa's Dyke fame was king of which portion of Anglo-Saxon England?
It's Wales. But it wasn't then.
No. Thomas Leeming?
Mercia.
Mercia. He was king of Mercia from 757 to 796, yes. Isabelle Heward, déjà vu means already seen. Déjà rêvé is a similar term meaning already what?
Already dreamt.
Yes, already dreamt, or as it says here, dreamed. It covers a few phenomena, but basically it is what you are experiencing seems to have occurred in a dream. In 2020, Mandu Reid was confirmed as the leader of which British political party?
Plaid Cymru.
No. Yes, KATHRYN FORRESTER?
Women's Equality Party.
That's the one, yes. The idea of the WEP was conceived by Catherine Mayer and Sandy Toksvig at the Women of the World Festival. Thomas Leeming's question. Henry VIII's fifth wife, Catherine Howard, was cousin to which of his other wives?
Anne Boleyn.
Yes. Baku is the capital of which republic?
Azerbaijan.
That's correct. Which member of the 1966 FIFA World Cup team became a Huddersfield undertaker on his retirement from football?
Ray Wilson.
Yes, an Everton player at the time. He played left-back at Wembley in 1966. His first name was actually Ramon. On what portable item, a feature of British life, did a certification called the Crown Stamp appear until 2006, when it was replaced by the CE mark?
I have no idea.
Right. KATHRYN FORRESTER?
MOT certificate.
No. No more tries? No. It was a beer glass, pint and half pint, on licensed premises. The Crown Stamp certificating the size of the glass, more or less, describes itself, and CE stood for Conformité Européenne, which likewise explains itself. And that's the end of a round. Gosh, a lot of points have been scored in this contest already. Julian Aldridge has 3, KATHRYN FORRESTER 5, Isabelle Heward 10, Thomas Leeming 11. It's time at roughly the halfway point in the contest to give our competitors a bit of a breather. I'm going to give them a couple of questions suggested by a Brain of Britain listener, on which we'd like them to pool their knowledge and work as if they were a quiz team. Today's questions have been suggested by regular listener Simon Duca, who emailed them to us at brainofbritain@bbc.co.uk, which is the address you can use too if you've got your ideas for this part of the programme. We call this Beat the Brains, and if our four brains can't deal adequately with Simon's questions, he'll be rewarded with a book voucher prize. I'm not sure if any or all of you are tennis fans, but if you are, it might help you with Simon's questions. Here's his first one. Can you tell us which female player won the French Open singles title in 1976, beating an unseeded Czech player called Renata Tomanova?
Is that Sue Barker?
Yeah. She certainly won the French around then.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Would you go for that? Yeah. Sue Barker.
That was a bit rapid. It was right too. Yes, Sue Barker. She was 20. It was a tennis final and she lost the second set to Love, but fought back in the third and won 6-2, Love 6, 6-2. It was her only Grand Slam title. But of course, she has become the face and voice of the BBC's Wimbledon coverage, only stepping down from that role this summer amid showers of deserved compliments. Here comes Simon Duca's second question then. Can you tell us in which city John McEnroe was born?
Is it Berlin?
No, it's Wiesbaden.
All right.
There you go.
Wiesbaden.
Are you all agreed in that?
Yeah.
Thomas seems very sure. He's quite right, of course. Well done. Yeah. It was Wiesbaden in what was then West Germany. His parents were living there at the time because his father was serving in the US Air Force and was stationed there. His younger brother Patrick was born in New York after the family moved back to the USA. So, the brains dealt rather emphatically well with your questions, Simon, so I'm afraid we can't send you a book voucher on this occasion. But we thank you warmly for your questions, and along with our Salford audience, we salute you with this absolutely tremendous volley of applause. We do give all the ideas we receive for Beat the Brains very careful consideration, even if we don't get time to acknowledge every individual contribution. But we will contact you and give you as much notice as we can if we choose your questions for inclusion. And we will need at least 2 from you, please, if they're to be considered. Some people send us one really brilliant one and then forget that they're supposed to come in pairs. You can always send us more than 2, of course, and leave it up to us to decide which we like the most. So, let's get back to the contest. Thumbs back on buttons. The scores are as they were, and the next round starts with you again. Julian, in Greek mythology, which creatures, part woman, part bird, would steal the food from the blind king Phineus of Thrace as a punishment from Zeus?
Harpies.
Yes. Which actress was the first African-American to win an Oscar? She played Mammy in the film Gone with the Wind.
Hattie McDaniels.
That's right, she won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actress. Spinel, a crystalline mineral with the chemical formula MgAl2O4, found in Asia and Africa, is often mistaken for what precious gemstone?
Emerald.
No. Isabelle Heward.
Diamond.
No. KATHRYN Forrester.
Opal.
No. Thomas, can I have a go?
Ruby.
Correct. Well done. Its colour is often identical, and they are sometimes found very close to one another in mineral deposits, hence the confusion. KATHRYN Forrester now. Which country is to be found immediately to the north of Jordan?
Syria.
It is. What currency is used in Tunisia?
Dinar.
Dinar is right. Which fictional village is home to the characters Edward, Tubbs, Dr. Chinnery, and Hilary Briss?
It's a League of Gentlemen. Royston Vasey.
Correct. Well done. Yes, indeed, Royston Vasey in the BBC comedy series The League of Gentlemen. Royston Vasey just happens to be the real name of the comedian Roy Chubby Brown. In the year 2018, Kay Goldsworthy became the first female archbishop in the Anglican Communion of Australia when she was installed in the diocese of which city?
Melbourne.
No. Isabelle Heward?
Sydney.
No, not Sydney. Julian Aldridge?
Adelaide.
No. Thomas Leeming?
Well, it's one or the other. I'll go for Perth.
You're right again. You got a knack for this. Yes, she was among the first group of women to be ordained as priests in Australia in 1992, became a bishop in 2008, and archbishop in 2018. Isabelle Heward, time for some more music. 2021 saw the 70th anniversary of an award-winning Hollywood musical starring Gene Kelly as a struggling painter. You're about to hear part of the ballet score provided by George Gershwin for the soundtrack. When you've heard it, I'd like you to name the musical.
An American in Paris.
Yes, arranged there by Conrad Salinger, I think that's worth saying. Remarkable arranger. Which actor and comic performer was eulogized by Dan Aykroyd as a good man and a bad boy?
Richard Pryor.
No. Julian Aldridge.
John Belushi.
Yes, as the Blues Brothers, the pair became heroes of popular culture. Now, Thomas Leeming, in football, which Yorkshire-born referee officiated at the 2010 World Cup final?
Howard Webb.
It was. The title of what 1961 work by L.S. Lowry was his day job while working for the Pall Mall Property Company from 1910 until his retirement in 1952.
The Rent Collector.
The Rent Collector, yes. Which is the only book in the Harry Potter series that doesn't feature an appearance by Lord Voldemort, either in person or as a magical manifestation?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
Right answer, yes. He is, however, heard there when Harry passes out from the effects of a Dementor. Which artist, already famous for his paintings, was chosen by the city of Florence to design a freestanding campanile or bell tower for its cathedral? Out of time, Julian Aldridge?
Is it Bronzino?
It wasn't, I'm afraid, no. Isabelle Heward?
Bernini.
No. No more tries. No, it was Giotto di Bondone. End of another round. Here are the sparkling scores. Julian Aldridge, 6. KATHRYN FORRESTER, 8. Isabelle Heward, 11. And Thomas Leeming, 16. With all those points amassed, I don't think it'll come as much surprise to you to know that this is the final round of the contest. Julian Aldridge, back to you. Which is the most populous of New York City's boroughs?
Manhattan.
No. Isabelle Heward?
Queens.
No. Thomas Leeming?
Bronx.
No.
Brooklyn.
Yes, KATHRYN FORRESTER, Brooklyn. It was Brooklyn. And is. KATHRYN FORRESTER, your question. In the climax of the 2021 Formula One season, which driver controversially pipped Lewis Hamilton to the World Championship?
Max Verstappen.
Yes, there was some discontent over the use of the safety car in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the deciding race of the season, in which Verstappen overtook Hamilton in the final lap to win the title. The main asteroid belt in our solar system lies between the orbits of which two planetary bodies?
Mars and Venus.
No. Julian Aldridge?
Mars and Jupiter.
Mars and Jupiter is the correct pairing, yes. Isabelle Heward, which city hosted the 2004 Summer Olympic Games?
Athens.
Yes. It sounds an odd question, but which Queen of England is partly buried in Lincoln Cathedral?
Queen Mary.
No. Julian Aldridge.
Was it Eleanor of Castile?
It was. She died in 1290, and in the gruesome habit of the time, her remains were divided up, her internal organs being entombed at Lincoln. The rest was carried to London with decorative stone crosses, the Eleanor crosses, being built at each of the stopping places by order of the king. Thomas Leeming. In the 1960s, the producer and puppeteer Gordon Murray created a trilogy of shows for BBC television with Brian Cant as the narrator. Here's the introduction to one of them. Can you name it?
Here is a box, a musical box, wound up and ready to play. But this box can hide a secret inside. Can you guess what is in it today?
I'm sure I used to watch it at the time, but it's completely gone.
Julian Aldridge.
Is it Trumpton?
It's not. No. Isabelle Heward.
Finger Bobs.
No. No. The answer is Camberwick Green. The others were Trumpton and Chigley. There were three little communities. A recent Trumpton parody by the website The Huffington Post imagined what life would be like in Trumpton with Donald Trump as the mayor. And that's the end of today's Heat of Brain of Britain, with the final scores standing as follows. Julian Aldridge, 8 points. KATHRYN FORRESTER, 10 points. Isabelle Heward, 12 points. Thomas Leeming, 16. So many congratulations, Thomas Leeming. We'll meet you again in the semi-finals in a few months' time. And thank you, the other three of you, for a closely fought contest with a staggering number of right answers. And, as I've mentioned before, the top-scoring runners-up go through to the semi-finals too. So it's quite possible we'll be inviting Isabelle Heward back again. We'll have a clearer idea of that as the series proceeds, and we see how people are scoring in future heats, of course. Thank you for listening. Join us again next time for another contest in the search for Brain of Britain 2022. Goodbye.